Hi there, my name is Basir. In this video, we'll talk about Chapter 6 Progressions from Telangana State Syllabus. We observe that in nature, many things follow a certain pattern, such as petals of a sunflower. Identical petals of a sunflower are equidistantly placed, just like this. You can see here. Petals that look similar, they are placed equidistantly. And if you look at a honeycomb, you see that the hexagonal holes are symmetrically arranged one around the other, right? And we see similar patterns in our daily life situations also. Let's say we talk about Usha's case. Usha applied for a job and she got selected. She has been offered a job with a starting monthly salary of rupees 8,000 with an annual increment of 500 rupees, which means she'll be getting which means her monthly salary will be increased by 500 every year, right? So her salary for the first year is 8,000. Second year 500 got increased, so she'll be getting 8,500. Third year again 500 got increased, so she'll start getting 9,000 as her monthly salary in the third year. Now if we see the list of these numbers, 8,000, 8,500, 9,000, we see that the difference between any two consecutive terms is 500. When I say consecutive terms, I mean terms which are adjacent to one another. 8,000 and 8,500, the difference is 500, right? And again the difference between 8,500 and 9,000 is 500. So there's a fixed number that is getting added to her monthly salary every year, and the fixed number is 500, right? 8,000 plus 500 is 8,500. 8,500 plus 500 is 9,000. In the same way, let's look at few more lists here. I see the first list as 1, 2, 3, 4, which means the difference between, we can see here the difference between any two consecutive terms here is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1, 3 minus 2 is 1, 4 minus 2 is 1. And if I add 1 to the previous number, I'm getting the next number. The first number is 1. If I add 1 to it, 1 plus 1 is 2. Now if I add 1 to 2, 2 plus 1 becomes 3, 3 plus 1 becomes 4. So every time I add a fixed number, I'm getting the next number. Such a list of numbers is known as arithmetic progression, and every element in this list is known as a term. For an example, let us look at the second bit. The first term is 100, the second term is 70, the third term is 40, the fourth term is 10. So every element in the list is known as a term. Let me write down a case here. Let's say I write down here 3, 6, 9, 12 numbers. So this again is a list of numbers. I can clearly see that if I add 3 to the first number, 3 plus 3 becomes 6. And if I add 3 again to the second number, 6 plus 3 becomes 9. And if I add 3 again to the third number, 9 plus 3 becomes 12. So every time I add a fixed number to the previous number, I get the next term. Such a list is known as arithmetic progression. So in an arithmetic progression, you get the next term every time you add a fixed term to a previous number. In simple words, in very simple words, let me just tell you in very simple words, an arithmetic progression is a list of numbers in which the difference between consecutive numbers terms is same. The difference between 8 minus 4 is 4. The difference between 12 minus 8 is 4. The difference between 16 minus 12 is 4. So if the difference between two consecutive terms is same, then that progression is known as arithmetic progression. That's the simplest way of finding out whether list of numbers is arithmetic progression or not. Let's say I write down one more list here, 2, 4, 8, 12. Is this an arithmetic progression? Let's find out. The difference between 4 and 2 is 4 minus 2 is how much? 2. The difference between 8 minus 4, 8 minus 4 would be 4. The difference between 12 and 8, 12 minus 8 is 4. Is this an arithmetic progression? No, it cannot be, because the difference between 4 and 2, the difference between 4 and 2 is 2, but the difference between 8 and 4 is 4. So the difference is not same here. The difference is not same. So this is not an arithmetic progression. So the most easiest way of finding whether a list of numbers is arithmetic progression, you just need to find out the difference. If the difference is same, then it's an arithmetic progression. Let me write down one last list of numbers here. Let's say I wrote down the list of numbers as 5, 10, 15, 20. Can you say that this list of numbers is an arithmetic progression? Yes, we can. Because the difference between 10 and 5 is 5. The difference between 15 and 10 is 5. The difference between 25 and 15 is 5. So when the difference is same, the difference is 5. Right, when the difference is same between any two consecutive terms in a list, then that list is known as arithmetic progression. To write down the arithmetic progression, how many parameters do you need? You actually need only two parameters. You just need the first term, like this. Here the first term is 5, and then you have to know the common difference. Let's say the common difference will take again as 5. So I know the first term, which is 5, and I know the common difference, which is 5. So I just need to keep adding the common difference to get the next term, right? 5 plus 5, the common difference is 5, so I'm adding 5 to this. 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15, so the next number is 15. 15 plus 5 is 20, so the next number is 20. So to find out, to write down an arithmetic progression, you just need to know the first term and the common difference. Let's say again the first term is 7, and someone told me that the common difference is 2, and he wanted me to write down the arithmetic progression. This is quite simple. The first term is 7. To get the next term, what I should do? I should add the difference to the first term. So 7 plus 2 makes 9. 9 plus 2 again makes 11. 11 plus 2 again makes 13. So that's how I write a arithmetic progression, by just knowing two parameters. By just knowing first term and the common difference. Now let us quickly jump into exercise 6.1. This is all that I wanted to talk about as part of the introduction. I do not really want to keep the introduction lengthy, because arithmetic progression itself is quite simple. So let me keep things simple for you. Exercise 6.1, the first question says, in which of the following situations does the list of numbers involved make an arithmetic progression, and why? Take it. The first bit, the taxi fare after each kilometer when the fare is 20 for the first kilometer and rises by 8 for each additional kilometer. Let us write down the list of numbers for this first bit. So the first bit says that the taxi fare is 20 rupees for the first kilometer. So for the first kilometer, the taxi fare is 20 rupees. And from the next kilometer onwards, 8 rupees, the taxi fare rises by 8 rupees. So for the next kilometer, the taxi fare should be 20 plus 8, 28. Right. Again, for the next kilometer, 8 should be added. 28 plus 8 would be 36. Right. Let me write it down here. Taxi fare for the first kilometer is 20 rupees, and in the question it is given that the taxi fare rises by 8 rupees for each additional kilometer, which means the taxi fare for second kilometer should be 20 plus 8, 28. Similarly, the taxi fare for 3 kilometers should be 28 plus 8, 36. Now if I look at this list of numbers, I see that a fixed number is getting added each time to get the next number. 20 plus 8 is 28. 28 plus 8 is 36. So this is obviously an arithmetic progression because a fixed number is being added to a previous number to get the next number, right? Let us go through the second bit. The second bit says the amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. ठीक है. Let us say the amount of air present in the cylinder is 1 centimeter cube initially. Let us say, let the amount of air initially in the cylinder is 1 centimeter cube. Let us say the amount of air initially in the cylinder is 1 centimeter cube. Now it says that the amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. So now from this 1/4 is getting removed. What is 1 minus 1/4? 4 into 1 is 4. 4 into 1 is 4. 4 minus 1/4, this is 3/4, right? Now after I remove 1/4 of the air from this cylinder, the available air in the cylinder is 3/4. Now it is saying that every time 1/4 of the air is being removed from the available air, right? So 1/4 of 3/4 will get removed. We'll find out what is 1/4 of 3/4. 1/4 of 3/4 will obviously be this, right? 1/4 into 3/4, which is 3/16. So I'll have to remove 3/16 from the available air, which is 3/4. LCM is 16. 4 4s is 16. 16 1s is 16. So this is 9/16. So I get this as the list of numbers. First time initially the air in the cylinder is 1 centimeter cube. Second time the air in the cylinder was 3/4, and we again removed 1/4 of 3/4, which means we removed 3/16 and we got 9/16. Let us find if the difference between the consecutive terms is same. If the difference between the consecutive terms is same, then it is a arithmetic progression. So let me find out the difference between 3/4 and 1 first. 3/4 minus 1. 4 1 is a 4. 3 minus 4 is minus 1. Minus 1/4. So the difference between 3/4 and 1 is minus 1/4. In the same way, let us find out the difference between 9/16 and 3/4. LCM of 16 and 4 is 16. 16 1s are 16. 9 1s are 9. 4 4s are 16. 3 4s are 12. So I'm getting minus 3/16. Am I getting the same common difference? No. The difference between 3/4 and 1 is minus 1/4, and the difference between 9/16 and 3/4 is minus 3/16. So the difference is not same, which means this is not an arithmetic progression. This is not an arithmetic progression. The third bit and the fourth bit, I believe you can do it on your own. It's same like the first and the second bit. So I'll go ahead and work on the second problem now. Write first 4 terms of the arithmetic progression when the first term A and the common difference are given. I told you we just need to know these two parameters, the first term and the common difference, to write an arithmetic progression. So it's simple. Let us write the arithmetic progression here. Let me take a new worksheet because this worksheet is completely full. value of A is 10 and the value of D is 10. In the question it's asking us to write down the first 4 terms of the arithmetic progression. Obviously the first term is given as 10. The value of A is 10. By the way, A is known as the first term, right? We denote the first term by A, and the common difference we denote it by D. So first term is given as 10. What would be the second term? If I add the common difference to the first term, I get the second term, right? Let me connect the charger. By now I am sure you should be knowing, if we add difference to the first term, we get the second term. The first term is 10 and the difference is 10, so 10 plus 10 is 20. The second term is 20. And how do we find out the third term? If we add difference to the second term, when I write A2, I actually mean second term, right? If I add difference to the second term, I get the third term. Second term is what? 20. So if I add the difference 10 to 20, 20 plus 10 is 30. How do you find out the fourth term? Fourth term you represent it as A4, right? If I add difference to the third term, I get the fourth term. The third term here is 30, right? 30 plus 10 is how much? 40. So in the question they actually wanted us to find out the first 4 terms, and we found out the first 4 terms, right? The first term they gave it as 10 and the difference is 10. So 10 plus 10 makes 20. 20 plus 10 makes 30. 30 plus 10 makes 40. So these are the first 4 terms. I believe the rest of the bits you can try it on your own. Just follow the same procedure. If you have any questions, you can post your questions as comments on the YouTube video. I'll go through the comments and I'll get back to you. For now, I'll start working on the third problem. For the following APs, write the first term and the common difference. Again, this is pretty simple. 3, 1, minus 1, minus 3, so on. For the following APs, write the first term and the common difference. First term, this is the first term, right? 3 is the first term. First term we denote it by A1, or we can actually also denote it as A. So the first term is 3. And then they asked us to find out the common difference. Let me find out the common difference. So from the second term I'm subtracting the first term. Second term we denote it as A2. First term is A1. So A2 minus A1 will give me the common difference. Second term is 1 minus first term is 3. So to find out the difference, you just have to subtract the first term from the second term, or else you can subtract these two numbers also, or else you can subtract these two numbers also. If it is an arithmetic progression, the common difference anyways will be same. So 1 minus 3 is minus 2. So the first term is 3 and the common difference is minus 2. Let me also do one more bit here. Let me try the third bit here. The list is given as 1 by 3, 5 by 3, 9 by 3, 13 by 3, so on. First term is 1 by 3, right? This is the first term. First term is 1 by 3. And the difference, just find out A2 minus A1, you'll get the difference. What is the second term here? A2 means the second term. Second term is 5 by 3. And what is the first term here? First term is 1 by 3. They just wanted us to find out the first term and the difference, right? It's simple. The first term is 1 by 3. Difference is A2 minus A1. A2 is 5 by 3. A1 is 1 by 3. Both the denominators are same, so the LCM would also be the same. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 by 3 is the difference. and 1 by 3 is the first term. Before I move to the fourth question, I want to talk about finite arithmetic progression and infinite arithmetic progression. Now, if you look at let me go and show you an example of a finite arithmetic progression. Let's say I'm looking at EBIT here. Total savings after every month for 10 months when rupees 50 are saved each month are 50, 100, 150, so on till 500. This list that you see here, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500. This list is a finite arithmetic progression. I call it an arithmetic progression because the difference is same, right? Difference between 100 and 50 is 100 minus 50 is 50. Difference between 150 and 100 is 50 again. 150 minus 100 is 50. So the difference is same, and every time I add the fixed difference, I'm getting the next term. 50 plus 50 is 100. 100 plus 50 is 150. 150 plus 50 is 200. So the common difference is same. That's why this is an arithmetic progression. And this is a finite arithmetic progression because I know the last term. The last term in this list is 500, right? The last term in this list is 500. So I know the last term. That's the reason this arithmetic progression is a finite arithmetic progression. Now, if we look at this list of numbers here, I'll go back to the exercise. If we look at this list of numbers here, 2, 4, 8, 16, so on. I don't know the last term. 2, 4, 8, 6, so on. It's continuing. It's never ending. I don't know the last term. Such a list of arithmetic progression is known as infinite arithmetic progression. Now, the fourth question, it says, which of the following are arithmetic progressions? If they form an arithmetic progression, find the common difference and write 3 more terms. Take it. I'll just work out any two from the list. I believe the rest of them you can do it on your own. Let me pick the first one here. Fourth question, first bit. 2, 4, 8, 16. So what's the difference between 4 and 2? 4 minus 2 is 2. And what is the difference between 8 minus 4? 8 minus 4 is 4, right? 8 minus 4 is 4. And what is the difference between 16 and 8? 16 minus 8 is 8. So the difference is not same. Difference between 4 and 8 is 2. The difference between 8 and 4 is 4. The difference between 16 and 8 is 8. The difference is not same. So common difference is not same. So this cannot be an arithmetic progression, right? I'm writing here A2 minus A1. First, the difference between A2 minus A1. 4 minus 2, I'm getting 2. First term is A1, second term is A2. This is the third term, this is the fourth term. Now let me find out A3 minus A2. 8 minus 4 is 4. A4 minus A3. 16 minus 8 is 8. The difference is not the same, so this is not an arithmetic progression. Let me do one last bit here. Which one should I pick? Let's say I choose the fourth bit here. The fourth bit. Minus 10, minus 6, minus 2, and 2. Let us find out if this is an arithmetic progression. To show that this is an arithmetic progression, we have to make sure the common difference is same, right? The first term is, okay, let's just find out the common difference here, right? Let us find out A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2, A4 minus A3. So from this term I'm subtracting this, and from third term I'm subtracting second term. From fourth term I'll be subtracting third term just to see if the difference is same. Minus 6 minus minus 10. So from minus 6 minus minus 10. Again minus 2 minus minus 6. Difference between 2 and minus 2. Let's find if the difference is same. This minus 6 I'm writing as it is. Minus into minus is plus. Minus 6 plus 10 is 4. Minus into minus is plus. So 6 minus 2 is 4. This 2 I'm writing as it is. Minus into minus is plus 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So the difference is same here. 4, 4, 4. The common difference is same. When the common difference is same, this we can say that this is an arithmetic progression. So to show that it is an arithmetic progression, we just need to find out the common difference. If the common difference is same, we can say that it's a arithmetic progression. So in this video we covered basics of arithmetic progression. We just went through a little introduction of arithmetic progression. We learned about finite arithmetic progression and an infinite arithmetic progression, and we learned that we just need to know two parameters, the first term and the common difference, to write down an arithmetic progression. And yeah, that's about it. In the next video we'll go through exercise 6.2. Until then, goodbye.